Do your knees feel stiff or achy, perhaps when you get up from a comfortable chair or face a flight of stairs? If so, please know you are certainly not alone. Many of us might simply assume this is an inevitable part of growing older and feel we just have to manage the discomfort as best we can. However, there is encouraging news. Research and experience show that with the right approach, including specific, gentle exercises, you can truly make a difference in how your knees feel and function, regardless of your age. It's often possible to regain strength and find much-needed relief. To understand why exercise is so powerful for our knees, let's look briefly at a common reason for knee discomfort as we age: osteoarthritis. For a long time, medical professionals often described osteoarthritis, OA, simply as wear and tear, much like a car tire eventually wearing down. This viewpoint, while having a kernel of truth, didn't fully capture the picture. The exciting progress in medical research reveals that OA is actually a complex disease process involving inflammation and changes in the entire joint, not just simple mechanical wear. Factors beyond age, many of which we can influence, play a significant role. This understanding is empowering because it shifts the focus from passive decline to active management. Instead of seeing your knees as worn-out parts, perhaps a more hopeful perspective is to think of them like well-loved garden hinges that need regular care to stay smooth. While the cartilage might have changed, the surrounding structures can be significantly improved. Exercise isn't just about muscle, it's a vital ingredient for joint health itself. Engaging in gentle movement can do wonderful things for your knees. It helps strengthen the muscles around the joint, which act like supportive scaffolding, providing stability and reducing stress on the joint surfaces. Furthermore, consistent, gentle movement improves the flexibility and range of motion in your knee joint. Imagine stiff soil around a plant. Movement helps keep things pliable. Equally important, exercise boosts circulation. Increased blood flow delivers vital nutrients and oxygen to the joint tissues, helping to reduce inflammation and promote healing. It's like providing the plant with the nourishment it needs to thrive. So, while cartilage doesn't regenerate easily, supporting structures can become much stronger and healthier, leading to less pain and improved function. Let's explore some specific movements that can be particularly beneficial. Our first exercise focuses on the quadriceps, the large muscle group at the front of your thigh. These muscles are crucial for everyday activities like standing up from a chair or climbing stairs. Strengthening them can significantly reduce the load on your knee joint. A promising study published in 2021 highlighted that focusing on quad strengthening can lead to noticeable improvements in knee pain and mobility within just 6 weeks. A gentle starting point for quad work is the quadriceps over roll. Begin by sitting comfortably on a bed or firm surface with your legs extended. Place a rolled towel or small pillow under one knee, just enough to create a slight bend, but keep your leg mostly straight. Now, gently press the back of your knee down into the towel, tightening the muscle on the front of your thigh. You might feel your heel lift slightly. That's fine. Hold this gentle squeeze for about 10 seconds, focusing on engaging the muscle. Then slowly relax. Repeat this 10 times on each leg, perhaps 2 or 3 times throughout the day. This exercise is excellent if you're just starting out or have significant pain. A slightly more challenging variation, once the first feels comfortable, is the straight leg raise. Starting in the same position, lying or sitting with legs straight, keep the leg straight and lift it gently a few inches off the surface, holding for a few seconds before slowly lowering. The key with both exercises is controlled, mindful movement, not speed or force. If you have moderate discomfort, using a softer, slightly larger roll under the knee in the first exercise can make it even gentler. Remember to breathe and move smoothly. A question that often arises is whether it's safe to exercise a knee that is already experiencing pain? Generally, the answer is yes, and it's often highly beneficial. Recent clinical guidelines, such as those updated in 2024 for knee osteoarthritis, confirm that mild to moderate discomfort during or immediately after exercise, especially when you're beginning, can be normal and does not typically mean you are causing harm. Think of it as your muscles and joints waking up and adapting. However, sharp, sudden, or worsening pain is a signal to stop or modify the exercise. A helpful analogy for how movement benefits a stiff joint is thinking of cold honey or thick syrup. When it's still, it's thick and resistant. But when you warm it up and stir it gently, it becomes smoother and more fluid. Your knee joint contains synovial fluid, which lubricates the joint. Gentle movement helps stimulate the production and circulation of this fluid, much like warming and stirring the honey, making the joint feel less stiff and creaky. This is why the saying, "motion is lotion," holds so true for our joints. Within sensible limits, more gentle movement often leads to less pain and stiffness over time. Beyond the front of the thigh, supporting muscles around the knee are also vital. Exercise number 2 focuses on the hamstrings at the back of the thigh and the glutes in your buttocks, which work together to stabilize the knee and help with movements like bending the knee and walking smoothly. The glute bridge is a wonderful exercise for this. Lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, or bed about hip-width apart. Your arms can rest by your sides. Gently engage your abdominal muscles. As you breathe in, press down through your heels and lift your hips off the floor, squeezing your gluteal muscles at the top. You don't need to lift too high. Just go as far as feels comfortable. Hold briefly, focusing on feeling the muscles work, then slowly lower your hips back down as you breathe out. Try aiming for 2 sets of 10 repetitions. If the glute bridge feels too challenging initially, a simpler variation is the standing knee curl. Stand facing a sturdy chair or counter for balance. Gently bend one knee, lifting your heel behind you as if trying to touch your bottom, though you likely won't reach it. Keep your thighs parallel. Slowly lower your foot back down. Repeat this 10 times on each leg for maybe 3 sets. This is a very gentle way to engage those hamstring muscles. For those who want more of a challenge with the glute bridge, try lifting one leg slightly off the floor before raising your hips, making it a single leg bridge variation, which truly works the stabilizing muscles harder. Now, let's consider an exercise that directly helps the knee joint bear weight more comfortably. Inspired by research into reducing knee inflammation, the static low-angle squat, or wall sit, is a simple yet effective move. Stand with your back against a wall, feet shoulder-width apart. Walk your feet forward about a foot or 2, keeping your back pressed against the wall. Slowly slide down the wall by bending your knees, almost like sitting in a chair that isn't there. You can use a chair nearby for support if needed while you slide down. The key is to slide down only as far as feels comfortable, even if it's just a small bend, a low angle. Hold this position for 10 to 30 seconds, feeling the muscles in your thighs working, then slowly slide back up the wall. The beauty of the wall sit is you can completely control the intensity by how deep you go. If your knees are quite sensitive, start with a very small bend, maybe just 20 or 30 degrees. As you get stronger, you can slide down further, perhaps aiming for a 45-degree bend, and hold for longer. Doing this exercise a few times a week, allowing a day or 2 of rest in between for muscle recovery, can help your knees tolerate weight-bearing activities better. Start with perhaps 5 repetitions holding for 10 to 15 seconds. It might feel challenging at first, but consistency makes a difference. Beyond strengthening, keeping the knee joint itself moving through its full range is essential for flexibility and that crucial lubrication we discussed. Exercise number 4 is simply called flexion and extension, which are the two main movements your knee makes, bending and straightening. Lie comfortably on your back with your knees bent. Gently grasp behind one knee with your hands, or use a towel if reaching is difficult. Now, slowly and smoothly straighten your leg as much as possible. Then gently bend the knee, bringing your heel back towards your bottom as far as comfortable. There's no need to hold at either end. Just move back and forth in a controlled manner. Repeat this bending and straightening motion 10 to 15 times on each leg. This exercise is particularly wonderful to do first thing in the morning, as it helps wake up and lubricate the joints after a night of stillness. Doing it again before bed can also help reduce overnight stiffness. The gentle movement encourages the production of synovial fluid, which helps ease that early morning stiffness and discomfort. It's a simple yet profound way to care for your joints daily. Finally, let's talk about exercise number 5, aerobic activity. While strengthening and flexibility are key, engaging in activities that gently raise your heart rate also plays a significant role in managing knee pain and improving overall function. Aerobic exercise helps with weight management, less load on the knees, boosts mood, improves energy levels, and increases circulation throughout the body, including to your joints. This could be anything from a brisk walk to cycling or swimming. The most important thing is to choose something you genuinely enjoy and can sustain over time. To find a good starting intensity, you can aim for a level where you can still talk, but perhaps not sing. If you like numbers, a common guideline for moderate aerobic exercise intensity is to aim for 50 to 60% of your estimated maximum heart rate. A simple estimate of your maximum heart rate is 220 minus your age. For example, if you are 70, your estimated max heart rate is 150, 220 to 70. 50 to 60% of 150 is 75 to 90 beats per minute. Aiming for this range for around 150 minutes per week is a general recommendation for overall health, and you can break this up into shorter sessions throughout the week. Start small, perhaps just 10 to 15 minutes a day or every other day, and gradually build up. There are many wonderful options for aerobic exercise that are gentle on the knees, such as walking, especially on softer surfaces, or a treadmill, cycling, stationary or outdoors, using an elliptical machine, swimming or water aerobics, or even gentle dancing. The key is to find what brings you joy and makes consistent movement a pleasure, not a chore. Pairing aerobic exercise with the strengthening and flexibility exercises we've discussed can offer even greater benefits for your knee health and overall well-being. Managing knee discomfort is a journey, and finding what works best for you often involves patience and consistency. It's about building healthier habits step by step. Perhaps reflecting on your own experiences with knee health and movement could be valuable. What activities have you found helpful? What challenges have you faced, and how have you addressed them? Sharing these insights, perhaps with others in a similar situation, can be incredibly encouraging and provide fresh ideas. We can learn so much from each other's paths towards greater comfort and mobility. What are your favorite ways to keep moving gently? Remember, these suggestions are general starting points. It's always wise to consult with your doctor or a physical therapist before beginning any new exercise program, especially if you have significant pain or other health conditions. They can provide personalized guidance based on your specific needs. But please hold on to the encouraging message that movement is indeed a powerful tool, and taking gentle, consistent steps can lead to meaningful improvements in how your knees feel and how freely you can move through life. There is often more possibility for comfort and activity than you might think.